Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Clarice, to David, and all those that are still joining us. I almost made it through the traffic, but alas, there is still a little hold up in Hendon. Anyways, morning, everyone. So today's learning is dedicated in memory of all those that have Yortzeit. The Yortzeit falls today, and all those that we are saying Kaddish for. We wish the respective families long life. We went to the Krossick family and the Chapa family on their two services, two separate Kiddushim, all in our building this Shabbos. It's going to be exceptionally busy, stroke brackets, hectic chaos, organized chaos. We'll have to wait and see, but it's beautiful and lovely, and to be lovely to be celebrating two simchas, two bar mitzvahs on one Shabbos, and it continues like this for the next few weeks. Good morning, Estelle, Carol, and Peter that are still joining us. So let me share with you, friends, a brief idea, an idea which should resonate with each and every one of us as we make our way into an early Shabbat. Shabbat this evening is exceptionally early, and I also wish you all a good Chodesh, a Chodesh Tov. It's a new month today. We're counting down to Rosh Chodesh, we're counting down to Hanukkah, which is in 25 days' time. So very exciting. We look forward to that. So here's the idea. This week's parsha, we've already mentioned, is really about two personalities, two brothers. Classic story of two brothers, Jacob and Esau. And we already mentioned their very different personalities. But what we did not mention is the fact that they had both had a change of name. I'm not referring to putting everything in the wife's name. I'm talking about that each of them, their names changed. Let's think about Jacob, and then let's think about Esau, and then Esau, and then hopefully we'll understand something about their nature and about life as to why it is that their name change was done in such a way. The first point is to mention is a point that is mentioned from the Maharal, and the Maharal of Prague fame makes clear that names in Judaism, names in the Torah, in fact, are not just names of association, or that a name is infused with tremendous meaning and significance. The name represents the thing, okay? So therefore, from the name, we are able to derive the character, the essence of the person themselves. Let's have a look at Yaakov, and let's understand how his name changed. So Yaakov starts off with the name Yaakov, which is all about struggle. Okay. It also means heal. Okay. Right. And when does he get the name change? You know when he gets the name change, friends? He gets the name change in the in coming week's parashas, when he finds himself, Vayetze, next week's parasha, he finds himself struggling in the middle of the night with an adversary. Sorry, Parshas Vayishlach. He finds himself struggling with a mystery adversary, and eventually his hip is dislocated in this epic encounter and battle, and the Jacob says, I'm not going to let you go. This adversary this angel needs to get away before daybreak. And he says, I'm not going to let you go until you give me a blessing. And the blessing was that your name should be changed from Yaakov to Yisrael. Okay? Yisrael means that I have been victorious. I have succeeded in my encounter, in my epic battle. Okay? So therefore, Yaakov's name change comes about through tremendous adversary, through tremendous struggle, right? What about Esav? This week's parasha, Esav's name, Esav means literally asoy. It means it's what you see is what you get. This is it. I'm a ready-made man. This is who I am. I'm not changing. Yaakov was all about struggle. Okay. Now, how does Esav get a new name? Esav's name is changed, or gets added another name, when he sells the birthright, spurns the birthright, his spiritual mantle of leadership, he passes it to Jacob through a sale of a bowl of red soup. And he says those special words that, please give to me, haliteni namin adomazeh, just give to me, pour down my throat. I'm so exhausted, I can't even see what it is. Just pour down my throat that red stuff. And therefore his name became known as Edom. Okay, Edom, which of course was the forerunner to the Roman Empire. That's the way they're referred to in the Talmud. Edom is the Roman Empire. And how did he get that name change? Was it an effort? Was it a struggle? No, it was no struggle at all. It happened in one foul swoop, one moment. His name was changed. Why is that? So I want to share with you a story. It was in the 1800s, at the time of the revolution in a civil war in America, and in fact, there was anarchy in the civil war, chaos, and pillaging and horrendous crime. And there was one judge who decided to set up a court so that he could try to restore justice. Okay. And he was trying the cases, and there was one person that he found guilty and of murder, and therefore he sentenced him to execution, and he was hung. And from that one case, the judge acquired a name of notoriety for hanging that one person in the court that he set up to try to restore justice. Okay, so in 1 second of doing something that seemed wrong, he acquired a name which he didn't want. And that, of course, was because his name was Judge Lynch. But it was from that case, that case of notoriety, that the term Lynch mob became associated with him. And as a result, over 5,000 people in the 1800s were killed and associated with Judge Lynch. Even though he'd been acting properly, this was seen as something improper, and in 1 second his name and his reputation were tarnished. So now anything that is outlawed, anything that is considered uncivil, is considered a lynch mob. Okay, so what's the point? The Chofetz Chaim says that in 1 second, if you think about Jacob, Yaakov's whole life's work, he struggles, he has to schwitz, he has to work hard, and eventually, after all that work, he manages to acquire a better name, a good name, the name of Yisrael. And what about Esau? In 1 second, of without any effort, 1 second, he acquires a name of notoriety and the name of Edom, which is associated with Rome, which is the name of murder and unlawfulness. So what we see is that when it comes to the good stuff, when it comes to building our reputation and name, that takes hard work, and you've got to be consistent, and it has to be in day out for year on end. And yet, if we do one thing wrong, it can be in one moment of madness, one moment of insanity, like Esau, where he swapped his potential to be the leader of the Jewish people. He swapped it for a bowl of lentils, and therefore he became known by that exchange. In other words, a bad thing, a misdeed, a moment of madness and insanity, one acquires that name in a split second. You don't get a second chance. So building a name and a reputation is a life's work, but along the way we have to make sure that we don't put a foot wrong, that we ensure that our actions are above and beyond reproach, so that we are always judged appropriately. Friends, that's the end of today. We're finished. It's a beautiful idea, beautiful message if you think about it in life. A person can do so much good, can contribute to society in so many ways, and in one fell swoop, one moment of madness, of impetuousness, of satiating one's wants, it can overshadow one's reputation. I don't need to give you examples, but you just think about Bill Clinton. He made the Oslo Accords. He made peace around the world. He was a great president, and yet one moment of madness, having an affair in the White House, completely overshadowed his his work, his life's work, and tarnished his reputation forevermore. So therefore, it's a life's work to acquire a good name, and it's a moment of madness that can lead to us having a bad name. With that, and as we usher in the new month today, it is our fervent hope that we should all ensure that our names and reputations are of the highest order, and that we try to ensure that we don't put our foot wrong and tarnish our reputations. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom and a Chodesh Tov. Take care, keep safe, keep well. All the very best. If you can make it tonight in Shul, we have a guest Chazan Lionel Rosenfeld of Western Marble Arch fame. A real honor for us. Please join us tonight. It should be a wonderful atmosphere.